News about BTS's Jungkook almost always manages to steal the spotlight. But this time the spotlight didn't come from a grand stage, the latest music release, or a spectacular appearance at an international event. The Korean media was actually made excited by one thing that was completely beyond public expectations: the house that Jungkook built. Not just a luxurious residence in the style of top idols. This house is said to be more like a private palace. The nickname did not come without reason, because since the news of its construction leaked to the media, the details revealed immediately sparked debate, speculation, and incredible curiosity. Initially, this information emerged from a brief report by Korean property media that noted the existence of exclusive residential developments in Seoul's premium area. The name of the owner was not immediately mentioned, but the features of the project made many frown. The land area is far above the standard of celebrity homes. The design does not follow the minimalist modern trend that is usually favored by K-pop idols, and the level of security is said to be equivalent to the property of high-ranking officials. It didn't take long for BTS's Jungkook name to surface, and since then, the news has exploded. Korean media began to dig deeper. They compared Jungkook's house with the residences of other idols who are known to be super rich. The results were quite surprising. If most idols choose high-rise luxury apartments with practical and modern concepts, Jungkook instead takes a completely different path. The house stands majestically on a vast land, with a building structure that is said to be inspired by the modern European palace style, combined with a touch of contemporary Korean architecture. This combination makes the house stand out, not only for its luxury, but also for its unusual design philosophy. One well-known Korean entertainment media even wrote that Jungkook's house doesn't look like the house of an idol in his 20s, but rather like the residence of the head of a noble family. The sentence immediately went viral and sparked a heated discussion among netizens. Many are wondering, why did Jungkook choose such a design? Is it simply a symbol of wealth, or is there a deeper emotional reason behind it? A source close to the family said Jungkook was heavily involved in the house's planning process. He not only leaves everything to the architect, but also determines the layout, concept, to small details that are not visible to the public. This is quite a contrast to the image of Jungkook on the screen, who often looks relaxed, cheerful, and tends to go with the flow. Behind that, it turns out that he has a very strong vision of what a house means. This house is called to have several areas designed specifically for families. The family room is made very spacious, much larger than the private entertainment room. Korean media highlighted this fact as unusual for a global idol with such a busy schedule. Instead of prioritizing a private music studio or party room, Jungkook puts family togetherness at the center of the home. It was from here that the narrative about the family palace began to strengthen. The furor intensified when the media began to associate this house with the background of Jungkook's life. The public knows that Jungkook started his career from a very young age and went through hard times before reaching the pinnacle of success. Some opinion articles say that this magnificent house is not just a symbol of financial achievement, but a representation of the sense of security that he has been looking for. The palace, in this context, is not about empty luxury, but rather about protection and stability. Korean netizens were divided. Some admired Jungkook's decision and called him a mature and forward-thinking figure. They praised how Jungkook used his wealth to build something of long-term value, rather than just a lifestyle showcase. However, there are also those who question whether such a large house is not excessive, especially amid the issue of social inequality that is often discussed in South Korea. This debate actually made the news about Jungkook's house even hotter and kept rolling. Interestingly, Jungkook himself chose to remain silent. There was no official statement, no clarification, and no social media posts alluding to the house. This silence has become a matter of analysis for the media. Many judge that Jungkook deliberately let his work speak for itself. Like his music, which is often full of personal meaning, this house also seems to be a silent statement about who he really is. International media began to follow. Several overseas outlets cited Jungkook's home as an example of how a new generation of Korean global stars is redefining the concept of success. It's no longer about sports cars or fancy parties, but about creating spaces that reflect the value of life and personal travel. In this context, the nickname palace feels increasingly relevant, not because of its sheer grandeur, but because of the symbolic meaning behind it in the end. This furor shows one important thing. BTS's Jungkook continues to be an unpredictable figure. At a time when the public already knows him as an idol, musician, and global icon, he again surprises with unusual life choices. The house he built not only sparked a sense of awe, but also invited reflection on the meaning of home, family, and success. Not an ordinary idol house, not just a grand palace, but a still portrait of a long journey of a Jungkook who grew from a simple dream into a global symbol that still holds his personal values. Jungkook's silence is the main fuel for the Korean media to continue to peel the other side of the house, which is now touted as a modern palace. Some popular culture analysts have suggested that Jungkook's choice to build a large, enclosed house was a response to the pressures of life as a global idol. In the world of K-pop, privacy is a luxury, and for Jungkook, who since he was a teenager has lived under the glare of cameras, the house is seen as a last bastion that is truly his own. Korean property media later revealed that the home security system was designed to a very high standard. Not just an ordinary surveillance camera, but an integrated system that allows comprehensive monitoring without disturbing the comfort of residents. Interestingly, the media spotlight is not on the sophistication of the technology, but on the reasons behind it. Many felt that Jungkook was not only protecting himself, but also those closest to him who were dear to him. Once again, the narrative about family and a sense of responsibility again comes to the fore. Some entertainment journalists even attribute this house to Jungkook's change in attitude in recent years. She is known to be more selective in public appearances, more calm in interviews, and often emphasizes the importance of life balance. This magnificent house is considered the physical embodiment of such changes. If Jungkook was once synonymous with explosive youthful energy, now he is seen as a more reflective, mature, and calculating figure that in Korean online forums. Discussions are developing in a more emotional direction. Many old fans remember the early days of Jungkook's debut, when he was still living in a cramped dormitory with other BTS members. The old photos are back in circulation, compared to illustrations of his magnificent new home. This contrast leaves many people speechless. For some soldiers, this house is not just a building, but a symbol of a long journey full of sacrifices. There is also speculation that the house was deliberately built for a very long period of time, even decades into the future. The design allows several generations to live together without losing each other's privacy.